Donald Trump has threatened members of the BRICS bloc that any country embracing anti-American policies will face an extra 10% tariff on their exports.
A couple of days ago, you issued a new tariff threat to members of the BRICS countries for if they aligned with anti-American policies.
10%, George.
That would be India, Brazil, Russia,
That's right, they have to pay 10% if they're in BRICS. Because BRICS was set up to hurt us. BRICS was set up to degenerate our dollar.
Hold on to your wallets, folks. Trump just dropped a 10% tariff bomb on anyone daring to trade with BRICS. That's right. If you wave hello at Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, or the new BRICS crew, you're getting taxed harder than a chain-smoking billionaire at a vegan buffet. Buckle up, because this is where trade meets meltdown. 1. What the heck is BRICS anyway? Let's start with the basics. BRICS isn't a boy band, it's a geopolitical power bloc. Originally made up of Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, it has expanded to include Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. Together, they represent over half of the world's population and roughly a third of global GDP. Think of it as the Avengers of the Global South, only with oil, lithium, and a shared grudge against Western dominance. Imagine pooling together the world's biggest energy, mineral, tech, food, and commodity superstores. That's BRICS. And it's not just about hanging out and sipping chai, it's about redrawing the world's financial and trade systems. But it gets juicier, because these aren't just casual Netflix buddies. They're aiming for the director's chair in the global economy. 2. The dollar's nemesis, de-dollarization drama. BRICS is flirting with launching its own currency like a rebellious teenager eyeing the car keys. Whether it's a gold-backed basket, a digital currency, or bilateral payment systems, the goal is clear. Stop relying on the US dollar. If trade moves off the dollar, the greenback loses its status as the world's default currency. That means less demand for US treasuries, higher borrowing costs, and less geopolitical leverage. Ditching the dollar in favor of BRICS cash is like trading Gucci for off-brand gym socks. Suspicious, but possibly cost-effective. But wait, it's not just about currency. BRICS is actually building a real functioning bank. 3. A real bank with real bling. The new development bank, headquartered in Shanghai, is a BRICS alternative to the IMF and World Bank. It's already funding infrastructure projects in developing countries with fewer strings attached. It gives BRICS nations more control, avoids the political baggage of Western lending, and helps build independence from legacy institutions. Imagine your buddy starts a rival money lending club just to flex on your piggy bank. BRICS is doing that globally. And if that wasn't enough, BRICS built its own financial messaging system, BRICS Pay. 4th BRICS Pay, SWIFT's new challenger. BRICS Pay is a payment system that bypasses SWIFT, allowing countries to trade without US monitoring or sanction threats. It's fast, encrypted, and gives the US Treasury fewer tools to punish adversaries. With this system, BRICS nations can sidestep sanctions and trade in their local currencies. Massive blow to Western economic control. It's like secret chat in a group thread Apple won't decrypt. Fast, cryptic, and annoying to neighbors. Plus, BRICS isn't just breaking away from systems. They're demanding changes to how the big boys operate. 5. Plotting IMF and World Bank takeover, BRICS. Finance ministers are pushing to reform IMF and World Bank governance structures. They want more voting power and less US/European veto control. More power for emerging markets could mean different priorities. Infrastructure over austerity, local growth over global capital flows. It's like demanding a bigger slice of the pizza you didn't even pay for. But hey, you live there too. Meanwhile, America's response? Tariffs, tariffs, and more tariffs. 6. Trump's furious tariff flex. Trump just announced an additional 10% tariff on any country that aligns with BRICS, calling them anti-American. This follows a 10% tariff on most imports with threats of up to 50% on goods like steel, aluminum, and autos. This isn't about specific goods, it's a political test. Siding with BRICS could now cost billions in export revenue. But what happens when you tariff your own lifeline? Let's talk about supply chains. 7. The supply chain facepalm moment. U.S. manufacturers rely on BRICS for critical inputs: rare earths from China, oil from Saudi Arabia, and minerals from Brazil. Tariffs here mean inflation at home. EV batteries depend on lithium from Argentina and cobalt from Africa. Tax those, and good luck meeting your climate goals. And while you're at it, say hello to higher prices and lower growth. 8. U.S. industry, friendly fire. Industries like autos, aerospace, and agriculture are already feeling the heat. Tariffs raise input costs, reduce competitiveness, and invite retaliation. The industries Trump says he's saving are getting smoked. And the markets? Let's just say Wall Street is breaking out in a cold sweat. 9. Market mayhem and investor jitters. Tariff threats equals uncertainty equals investor panic. Stocks drop, bond yields fluctuate, and capital flees. A shaky dollar and falling investment erode long-term economic strength. This isn't just a trade war, it's a credibility crisis. But the scariest ghost of them all? The death of dollar dominance. 10. The currency earthquake. If BRICS succeeds in de-dollarizing trade, it shakes the foundation of U.S. power. No more printing money to fund deficits. No more sanctions as a service. It's like everyone deciding Pepsi is better and suddenly Coke's fountains all shut off. And if you think that's extreme, look at how even U.S. allies are pushing back. 11th geopolitical domino effect. The EU, Japan, and others are trying to carve out deals to avoid American tariffs. Trust is fraying, and BRICS is gaining. Allies don't like being treated like enemies. This might push them right into BRICS' open arms. And BRICS isn't slowing down. They're building a full-on global alternative. 12. The new global order blueprint. BRICS is investing in green energy, digital tech, AI, biotech, and regional development, while expanding trade among themselves. Brazil and BYD launching EV plants, Saudi Arabia investing in clean hydrogen, China going all in on rare earths. So what does this mean for you and your bills? 13. Why it matters to you. Tariffs raise cost. From groceries to gas to gadgets, inflation roars. Jobs in export-heavy industries shrink. Your 401k? Buckle up. This isn't some abstract policy debate. This is your wallet. So what's the move? How do we compete instead of just complain? 14. What can be done? Invest in domestic supply chains. Reinforce alliances with respect. Negotiate multilateral deals. Embrace global multipolarity. Smart diplomacy beats tariff tantrums. Innovation beats isolation. Because if we don't lead with vision, we'll be left cleaning up the fallout. Trump's tariff threats may look strong, but they risk weakening U.S. influence, boosting inflation, and fast-tracking BRICS' rise. This isn't leadership, it's economic roulette. Hit subscribe, smash that like button like it's a tariff tweet, and drop a comment. Are Trump's tariffs bold leadership or economic sabotage? Let's debate in the comments. Just keep it civil, folks.